I think I should tell you a story. I think I should tell you a story about, it'll help you understand me maybe a little better. It's quite confronting, but you know, here we are. Basically, I was in school and I was a magician. And firstly, hi, welcome to today. I was a magician, an illusionist. When I was really young, I actually sang. And I sang in front of the whole school, and it was the Backstreet Boys, everybody Backstreet's back, and I got my friend roped into it. We'd practice, and the whole school would erupt. It was like, I still remember singing, and the whole entire school, like 800, 900 people, was like, you know, chanting with us. And it was just me and a friend. And I knew I wanted to sing. I wanted to sing. It was like, wow. And I was a performer from there on in. But my family told me, you know, artists, it's not good. My family's an analytical brain, so they're like, artists are always broke. You don't want to be broke. You know, so anyway, I tried lots of different things, but magic I really liked. I really liked from the age of sort of 7 years old, and I became an illusionist, and I was a professional illusionist. I came in an Australian competition once, most entertaining act of the year. So like really high level illusionist, paid for it, paid really well, like really, really well. Would set my own prices for like a 20-minute performance, over $1,000, like, and this is at the age of like 15. Anyway, so I was in high school and I was bullied a lot for my weight, and I think I was bullied, I don't know why I was bullied, like I was bullied for my weight, but I think I had this wild self-expression, but I was fat at the same time, and people were like confused. You're like, you look like, why do you have so much energy? Why are you like so self-expressed? And I was bullied a lot for it. But there was this one moment which, and maybe I've shared this before, but there was this one moment which, looking back at it, makes you really think like, whoa, that's really large. There was I don't know, 500 to 600 people all at high school. This is around me, and I had performed magic here and there. I didn't have any friends, but suddenly, you know, people started circling me, and I was like, oh, this is good, this is really good. People started circling me, and more people started circling me, and then it felt like 500, 600 people were huge, massive circle, took over the entire school. And as I'm performing, you know, some people are like, yay, cool. And then eventually people start throwing money at me, and then they start throwing rocks at me, and then they start calling me Fat Magic and chanting Fat Magic. Now 3 years ago, when I finally confronted this, I think I broke down. Like, I didn't realize how deep-seated that was. That was like, but realistically, what on an instinctual level happened, like on an animal level, what happened was my entire community rejected me and said that it's because you're this, and was physically abusive by throwing stuff at me. And I kind of blocked that out. Like, I blocked that out as a thing, and I just continued, because I don't think my childhood brain could live with that, you know. So we carried on. But I think that's just sort of one of my stories, and people get bullied for their weight, people get bullied for their skin, people get bullied for their rough stuff, and I think that's where my journey sort of began, or where my, you know, people tried to squish my self-expression. And why I'm talking about this now is I'm dealing with, well, events happen, right? Events happen in your life, and they happen. The event itself is a unique event, and it doesn't happen again. But what we do, or what I do, what humans do, is we carry that event as a filter on our life, imagining that that's how everybody sees us. So if you experience something really, really traumatic, like really, this was really traumatic, then we experience it from other people. And I remember for the next, maybe 5-10 years, any smirk, somebody looking at me weird, I'd be like, oh, they can tell that I'm overweight. They can tell that I'm not attractive. They were thinking nothing of the sort. Most people are worried about themselves. They're thinking, oh, I hope they don't know my skin's bad, or, oh, who's that person, or whatever they're thinking about. Human beings just think about themselves. Same as me, same as you. We all think about ourselves more than what we think of others. And I think part of my spiritual awakening movement has been a lot of like, you just get out of your own head and just get really curious about other people. And that is just a wild experience for most people, because most people are only care about themselves. Even when they're speaking, they care about themselves. Like right now, I'm trying to speak in order to share something with you to make a difference to you. The entire time I'm speaking, I'm thinking of you as the viewer watching this, and every word that I'm saying, what its impact is. Does it build a closer relationship between myself and you? Does it show my vulnerable side, which means that you can listen to me more? Does it show my vulnerability and allows you to confront maybe your vulnerable sides? Am I thinking that while I'm sharing this, are you thinking of the traumatic events that have happened in your life that shape your life? Are you starting to separate, well, that happened there, but I think people are judging me because I'm not smart. But that actually happened in school. A teacher said, you're not really smart, and I've been carrying that along my whole life as my identity, but that's not my actual identity. So I'm consistently trying to think while I'm speaking of you, and that's a rare occurring, and most people only think about themselves. So when you have this filter in life, it's a traumatic event. It's a traumatic event, and I think that during that event is where I learned, and many others, is where I learned to be more of an individual. I guess I was just comfortable that I stood out. I was comfortable, like, okay, my childhood didn't brain. I would come home and mum's like, oh, it's because you're the best. Mum would say, it's because you're the best. Trust me, when you're 20, 21, all the girls will want you. She'd be like, now no one wants you, but you're actually the best. She wasn't wrong. 21, 22, surrounded by females. I don't even know if I'm into females anymore. Like, there's something so weird going on for me at the moment with females. Jump topic. I'm like, or is it the ex? Like, I'm looking for a female that is genuinely interested in another human being and not herself. But I like femininity, and femininity, it has got that little bit of a narcissistic trait to it, and it's like, look, I'm pretty, pay attention to me. So my brain and my insides want the hot, like, look at me. No, not my brain, my insides, my core, my sexual side of me wants the narcissistic, like, look at me. But my brain goes, you only care about yourself and you don't care about me. And maybe that's a filter that's been put on from my ex-partner, but my ex-partner did care about me. But I'm seeing that as a basic, like, as a feminine trait. Pay attention to me. Am I important enough? There's a baseline of insecurity. And that baseline of insecurity comes from an animal kingdom stats. Like, a female has less muscle mass, which means she can defend herself less in the wild. If she defends herself less in the wild, she generally speaking needs to be a little more insecure than a man, because her survival is more threatened. So therefore, she needs to stand out with appearance, with feminine charm, to be able to attract somebody like a male that can protect her existence and have her survive as step number one. And I'm fucking not sure if I'm about any of that. Like, and I know it's like now where am I at? I'm now resisting the entire system of humanity. It's, and I'm not gay. Like I've tried. A man doesn't do anything for me. Like he can watch me if he wants, but it doesn't sexually do anything for me necessarily, or to take it or to give it. So, but now I'm not interested in this feminine thing. But I still miss my ex. It's like wild. Maybe I miss love, and I was like, well, unless I really love and I'm infatuated with the person, my bits don't give a shit anymore. So maybe I'm just still fucking heartbroken and fed with shit food. Hey, you know it's bad. Do you know what's bad? I watched a TV show episode yesterday. It was on Apple TV. It was Studio with Seth Rogen. And I watched a TV episode yesterday. And I plan to watch another 2 or 3 today. We know it's bad then. We know it's bad. If I'm watching content, if I'm watching other people, it's bad. But I'm allowing myself, like, okay, it was beautiful. I walked into the gym today and a girl was like, hey, I heard about your dad. And she's just a really sweet girl. I helped her a while ago, like 6-7 months ago. I tried to give her some value, and we always have nice chats. And she was like, I heard about it. She was like, I was on the phone call when you called the gym, etc. How are you doing? And it was like, it was nice. So in a sense, feminine energy is nice. I feel more looked after. Don't know. I'm in a weird place. But that story happened to me. That story happened to me, and I think why I'm addressing it now is, well, it's somewhere like core inside of me. So I think for a lot of people, there's some people that may have had, especially for men, have had a point in time where they were weak or they were scrawny, and there's some filters that they're not strong. And then you see them go to the gym to build muscle. To be like, I'm strong. I never had that. I was never not strong. So for me, muscular is not like, that's not my prime. That doesn't, I can be muscular, I can be not muscular, but really my filter is like, oh, have I got a lot of body fat on me? Or have I not got a lot of body fat on me? So really what I'm negatively dealing with right now is I've been eating like shit, so my body looks like shit, at least in comparison to what it did 3 weeks ago. And I'm just getting more and more negative about it. I'm like, chill out. Like, because as I'm focusing on it, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it's like, so stop it, Andrew. Like, just, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, I am feeling a dark energy though. I'm feeling like I went to the gym today and I just got angry. Like I got angry. I chose to get into my angry zone, and I liked that. That was good. It made me feel something. So I was like, okay, cool. And I lifted lots, and I was like, okay, that energy's not bad. Maybe do more of that energy. Like that felt decent. That energy felt more decent than any of the other energy that I'm bringing. So like, I don't think the calm, the happy energy, like I don't think it's, well, it could be happy. It's a luxury to be yourself. It is a luxury to be myself. I try and bring myself back to that. It is a luxury to be myself. So I'm just going to be myself. But in order to be myself, I need to not be a psychopath. And I need to eat good food. Because if I don't eat good food, I'm a psychopath. And we don't want to be a psychopath. We want to be a good food psychopath. I love this sign. I'm just in love with it. So yeah, that's where we're at. And you know, with filters on life, they really transform how you view your life. And they're not real, but at the same time, addressing it, clearing it, focusing on other sides of it is a big return on investment, because there's somewhere in our lives somebody said, no, you can't know this, and it's like it's stuck, and that one thing is the thing that shapes sort of everything. And you got to address that. If it's solvable, great. If it's not solvable, how can you prop it up with other things? For example, you might not be good at maths. Okay, you might not be good at maths, so you were like, I'm dumb, and you're never going to be good at maths. Let's say your brain just doesn't work that way. So you go, okay, well, what I can do is, instead of propping up maths, I'm going to prop up my English skills and my other stuff. And you become a person that's like, well, I'm great at English, great at this, maths, not great at all. But you will reduce the filter of like that I'm not smart. You know, if I was, let's say if I was really weak and people called me weak, but I couldn't build muscle, I would be like, well, I'm not really weak because I run marathons, you know, and I run 5K marathons. So you prop something else up. Mine's relatively easy. Mine can be fixed. It's like, hey, well, you were called fat, so what you did is you just ate the good food and you lost the fat. So mine's easy in that sort of scheme of things. It's directly changeable. But some people, depending on what trauma or what experience or what filter of life you've gone through, it may not be instantly changeable. Or you might need to prop up other areas of your life that makes that filter more quiet in comparison to the other filters. Well, to the other skills or things that you prop up. So, you know, that's my story for the day, ladies and gentlemen. That's my story for the day. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know much. But what I do know is that life sometimes goes through downswings like this, and that's okay. Currently, I'm trying to build, like, what do I want my life sort of to look like? And I think what I'm gearing towards is this. So I've got this place at the moment. I'm thinking we begin like this. A month here, a month somewhere else. A month here, a month somewhere else. A month here, a month somewhere else. So like a month here, a month in LA. A month here, a month in Amsterdam. A month here, a month in Colombia. A month here, a month in Bali. A month here, a month in the Philippines. A month here, a month in maybe Europe, 2 places, like half Portugal, half France. Do that, play with that, right? So like play with that first. What I could do before then is I could play with a month here, 2 weeks somewhere. A month here, 2 weeks somewhere. So I could do that for the first 2 times, just get my sort of bearings. Then I could do month, and then after that, maybe either keep this place. I love this place, no, I'd keep this place. But basically just roam. Like, and if I'm loving a place, like stay there for 2 months, go for 2 months. Like I'd love to do LA for 2.5 months. Or do like a nice stint on Venice Beach for 2-3 months. Amsterdam, maybe in the summer, because like the vibe is not bad. You got the bicycles, maybe jump in for 2 months. Jump in for 2 months and maybe travel a little bit from there, from Europe maybe, but jump in for 2 months, like live on a boat, for example, in the middle of the city. Nice. You know what I mean? It's not nice. And all I need to do is I need to understand I need to understand a couple of things. So I need to understand what I travel with. So I've got my recordings. I've got my music that I can travel with, that I can do that. But then if I'm traveling, like we're not performing currently, or are we just trying to lock into a place and get really huge and then end up touring? Or does the next 3 years probably look more so like more producing lots as opportunities come about, they come about? Maybe, don't know fully, but I feel like for now I definitely want to move around a little bit. I enjoy being in new places. But I have to understand that this is all coming from like, I'm a sugar dopamine junkie at the moment, so I'm just looking for new things that make me potential happiness, but pure satisfaction is stadium. Pure ultimate satisfaction is stadium, and that always needs to be the main mission. So, you know, keeping that focus alive is important. Food's got to go first, and I need to just chill out about it. I just need to be like not so intense about it. I need to just be like, all right, now move on, eat good food now, move, ramp it up as you go. Cool. You probably haven't done that much damage to your body. Like, give it 4 or 5 days of eating clean and moving, and you're like, oh look, you don't look like shit, and you feel 1,000 times better. Okay, cool. You know? And when I start running on ketones, it'll feel way better. I feel like I actually feel so much brain fog. It's like hard to even speak through this. Like the brain fog of carbohydrates and sugar, it's like I'm speaking through a foggy mist. Even when I'm singing or something, it's like, oh, I have to push through my emotions through this like fog of crap. I can't explain it, but, well, I hope I explained it. Anyway, this has been long. I appreciate you being here. I hope your day is going well, and I do hope you got some value out of this. I hope you got to see a bit of a, you know, how we all got here, and we all have our own story, and what, you know, how we deal with it is how we deal with it. And it's important to know thyself, because the more you know thyself, the more you can impact and make changes that make you feel better within you and your life experience. And yeah, I love you very much. Today's day 4 of me being back at home since my father's passing. Better and better every day, I think. The food's not better. If we can get that on track, I think everything will be okay. And I've started, you know, said hi to a few people. Hasn't been really enjoyable, but I've said hi to a few people. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.